And I keep on saying, the taking of land, because while the peace process was ongoing, Israel was continuing to build colonies. I mean, they have grown in the hundreds since the peace process. How can they ever be admissible and conducive to the realization of an independent Palestinian state? Because each colony epitomizes violence in and of itself. So I've heard this argument over and over, and I have really very little to comment on the political process itself. But I have always said the freedom of anyone should be a precondition for negotiation. And the continuous violation that Israel has been allowed to live with, and again, the construction of the colonies is the most prominent for me. It has gone on and on for decades, including while Israel and the Palestinians were negotiating. So I understand that you seem to put the blame on the Palestinians for having refused to accept the situation, but how can a peace process be even considered credible when there is no basic respect for human life and the possibility to live as a collective in a given territory? And again, for me, the colonization of the occupied territory is the most striking example, which is of apocalyptic dimensions in Jerusalem. Jerusalem has been at the heart of the disagreements for the conclusion of the peace negotiation, because I understand that Israel's attachment to Jerusalem, but there is also Palestinians' attachment. And I say, so can we resolve this in accordance with international law as a balancing act? And so I think that this is the main obstacle. Considering the humanitarian situation in Gaza, I have no idea of how Hamas and other armed groups manage to build and to have that capacity. But this is why, shouldn't a ceasefire be declared immediately to stop all this? Because I understand pursuing a legitimate goal could be to ensure Israel's security, could be dismantling the military capacity of Hamas. But what Israel is doing is not that. What Israel is doing is punishing an entire Palestinian population for what Hamas has done. This is not self-defense, surely not under international law. And again, the humanitarian aid that I'm desperately invoking for would be supervised by the United Nations. Why can't the multilateral system have a role to play in this situation?